Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Best Psychic Source. Good morning, Max.
Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
It is 8 a.m. in the morning. It is bright and early, okay? So I get here, I get up, I get myself together, I go to the gym, and I invited my friend Sandy to the gym today because I knew if I didn't, I would be at the gym with Dave and Everfit all day, and I didn't want that. So I invited a friend to be tortured with me, and now I invited my friend.
So we are doing our radio show today, Blog Talk Radio. Good morning. And so today's topic is...
What is today's topic?
Well, so there's so many things that are going on in the media today that I really feel... I don't like to give negativity energy, but we are getting so many calls and comments from people. How do you deal with the negativity of the world today? So today, you know, we just had a terror attack in New York City, and New York City's, you know, really upset about this. Everyone's having flashbacks from 9/11. And then there was also a mass shooting in a Walmart yesterday as well.
Oh my God, where?
A Walmart in Thornton, Colorado, I believe it was. And so, so many people are wondering, how do you deal with these terror attacks, these mass killings on a spiritual level? So number one, like I said, I don't give it energy. I know what's going on in the world. Don't you, Max? Don't you believe it's important to know what's going on in the world?
I think it's important to know what's going on in the world, but when you say you don't give it energy, it doesn't mean that we are not paying attention to it or we don't care or anything like that. It just simply means that we're going to put ourselves in a place where we are praying for the families, praying for the lost, praying for people to come together instead of focusing on all of the negative aspects of it. And one of the things, you know, even though we have people actively preparing to do things that sometimes we have no control over and we can't catch it ahead of time, we need to look at ourselves. Mm-hmm. We need to look inward and say, am I part of this energy? Am I throwing shade or negativity on people? Or am I positive in what I say and do? And a lot of times we're not. And that starts to build a lot of things when we're not always positive.
No, you know, people are wondering why there are so many negative things happening in the world, and you hit the nail on the head, Max. It's because we look at ourselves. You know, we are a mirror. You know, life is an illusion. It is a mirror. What we are putting out there is bouncing back on that mirror and coming back to us. And I'm not saying that all the people that happen to be in these terror attacks are negative people. No, not at all. Everything happens for a reason. Everybody was where they needed to be for a reason. And in my belief is that it was to wake people up. That, you know, we need to come together a little bit more. We need to stop hating on each other. Life, we are supposed to be here to be happy. We are here to learn a lesson and move forward, not to, you know, downgrade somebody because their plastic surgery doesn't look right or something like that.
Well, you know what I always find is that, you know, we run into people who believe that they're being positive and they're not being positive. You know, we run into light workers. Light workers are guilty of throwing shade on another person, just totally. And you have to be positive about other people's, not, well, she was stealing my energy. What about you don't have any energy to steal? Or, did you see what she was wearing? Or, or when they're giving readings, they try to get sensation or shock the client and say things like, well, there's another woman, but that other woman could be his mother. It's like we do really, really bad things, and we think that we're doing the right thing, and then we think that we don't need to change or grow. Everyone needs to change, grow, and become a better person. I don't care who you are. It's an everyday thing. We walk through life with regret, okay? Instead of having regret, go back and look at what has occurred and fix it. Do something better. Say something better. Be better. Stop living in a place of negative energy. Just stop. And 8 lives were lost in New York, and lives were lost in Walmart. And why don't we send out positive energy?
Yes.
More positive energy. Imagine if everybody was nice. Someone said to me, "You're too nice." What does that mean? What does it mean that you're too nice?
I don't think somebody can ever be too nice.
I get that a lot, though.
I don't think that somebody can. People like to say, "Oh, you're too nice," because people walk all over you. But
But people aren't you're not walking over me, okay? Just know that. I'm always going to be nice. Because you can never be too nice. Yes.
So, yes. So if we want to hear your opinion of things, we want to know what you think of things. So give us a call at 347-989-1053 and let us know what you think about these attacks, of these mass shootings or whatever it is, and how do you give back? Okay, it's about, don't give back with negative energy. Don't start a protest. Don't start let's ban things. How do you lovingly give back? Because that is what it's about.
I think that you have to give back. But what are ways that people can give back? You can give to a charity, you can contact the families, or, there's so many things, but we are in a place of self. And how do we get out of that place of selfless, where we're just selfish, where sometimes we can be very selfish? How do we do that?
How do we get out? That's a great question. How do we get out of the place of selfish? Because that is, I was watching this Facebook video about this guy who was smashing transgender, and this girl, this guy had statistics about, transgender suicides and all this stuff, and this girl was just looking for negative. She was just up there wanting to look for all the negative reasons why Americans don't accept transgender. And this guy had statistics after statistics of, all this stuff. And it is truly just amazing to me. Like, we just need to look at things differently.
But don't we accept, I know a lot of transgender and gay people, and in my world it's acceptable,
Yeah.
Because why are we unaccepting of another person's lifestyle, what they do in their own personal life? So we're going to come back to that. We're going to jump on and take a caller. We have a caller, and let's see what our caller has to say. And we are going to be we're going to try to answer everybody's questions, and thank you for all the hearts and everything.
So if you are watching this, please leave a comment below. You can also click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and so you can keep up to date with all of our topics that talk about on YouTube. We have so many different topics that we talk about that we feel are very important just to help grow you in a spiritual way.
In a positive way, or to
Yes.
help grow you, period. You know, we're going to do some online teaching, just things of that nature to help you move forward. So we're going to take our first call.